Yeah. It puts you in the good books, trust me. Right here we have the ongoing investment. You see the Honorable Minister stepping out of his vehicle. He's actually here to visit. Mr. Minister, thank you very much for coming. Yes. Can you tell us a little bit about SerrahBenna Farm?
SerrahBenna Farm as a business, we were set up by the family sometime in 2019. Maybe start coming. With the Ministry of Agriculture, the local council here in Waterloo, and the Corporate Affairs Commission. And it's named after my late grandmother from my paternal side, Madam Sarah. So she was popularly called SerrahBenna. So that's what we give the name SerrahBenna Farm.
Mr. Johnson, with your aspect of having women in agriculture, what can you say?
This farm is a childhood dream coming true. You know, as a young girl, we used to go to the garden behind PWD at Main Street. I love visiting that garden to buy vegetables from there. So from that time, I've been dreaming about me having a farm. So I'm so fortunate that my husband and I were able to secure this farm. It's a family farm. We were able to secure it, and we started it in a small measure. And as things were progressing, because of the love for it, you know, we placed all our energy and all the resources into it, and we were trying to develop it for it to become a business.
In conclusion, I'd like to ask, what could be your immediate need as a farm for foreign direct investors, to put either capital or resources? What are the resources that you think SerrahBenna needs now as an immediate intervention?
We have a business plan, and in that plan, there are machineries that we need. Yes, as you can see, the quantum of land we have to cultivate, it cannot be manual. Yes, it has to be done on sort of mechanical base. So we're looking for machinery in terms of tractors. Government will do it as tractors, but it's good to own your own on a farm. And other farming implements.
We need the dry floor. For instance, now we're harvesting the rice.
Yes.
We need a dry floor.
We need store.
You know.
We need storage facility. There's no storage facility and there's no dry floor. So we need those sort of inputs now. But the most needed one is dry floor and storage facilities and tractor and whatever harvester. Yeah. And we intend also going to Gary production. It's not only rice. You can see we have cassava farm. So we need to go to Gary production. We need machines to do the Gary for us. What do you call it? How do you call it? To
Yes. To grind the cassava.
And then go to pack, also to pack it, fry, starch, and package, and so you have to add value to it so that it can be even exported. So that's the sort of thing we want to go into, so that government can have foreign exchange.
And you know, the joy for me, the joy I have the most is when I see the women walking. I could remember when we engaged them starting the farm, the trust was not there. You know, they thought the initial time like they were going to be used, and over time they realized that we were committed to whatever arrangements we had. And for me, the past months, watching them, remembering how they were when they started and how they are now, you know that all they need is to empower them. They need that support. And if we could get the support needed in this farm, I believe most of the women around will be empowered. You know, and that's so many homes. Will bring joy to so many homes, and you know, and even the children, which will pass on to the children. Children will be able to go to school and will be able to live a good life.
All right, thank you very much for your time. I'd like to appeal with all private sector entities, the United Nations family, that this is an investment opportunity that you can put resources into, as you have heard from the owners themselves. This is a lucrative business. They've got a business plan, and if you want to have more details, you can have a sit-down discussion with them. As you see, the immediate dry need, we need a dry floor. They're intending to go into production of gari. We're intending to have a massive production, which is going to be in turn creating employment for the youth, creating employment for women. So I want to implore every private sector entity, every private sector establishment, foreign direct investors, Middle East, Asia, Europe, wherever you find yourself, SerrahBenna is the place to invest. Thank you very much.
I'm Dr. Karim, I'm the Acting Minister of Agriculture and Forestry.
So far, you can see the massive investment in agriculture the AIG just talk about. So far, as the Minister of Agriculture, what's your impression?
Well, it's certainly impressive to see this sort of work, particularly in this part of Western area. And obviously, this is not the sort of initiative that we will promote as a ministry. We know, say, food security is a big issue for the country, and the president, in his wisdom, we don't actually make pronouncement that the only sector who will actually help for change the dynamics in the country, agriculture is one of them, in line obviously with the human capital development projects them. Programs that we follow within the Ministry of Education, Ministry of Health. But for see something like this here, it's really quite laudable. And when I get the call from the AIG himself, he can office to me, say they don't actually, prepare, cultivate huge amount of land, but they get challenged in terms of harvesting. I decided, say, yes, I will make sure I make a harvester available so that the rest not will spoil. And obviously, in terms of the symbolic harvest, I will promise I will come and I make a dinner, and I'm quite impressed with what I don't see.
So now, what's going to be 1%? Why to other people and so far? Why to for them to come into the business?
Well, as I don't say, His Excellency the President, we don't make that pronouncement. So we encourage every sector, in fact, be it police, be it politicians, be it ministers, be it members of parliament, and you go please for all and know say we be done even during at the height of the COVID. Pretty much most of the members of parliament, the ministry we don't help them for provide them with inputs like fertilizer, seeds, and also support them in terms of land preparation. So would they expect forget, in fact, particularly in the area of rice, would expect for get some very good harvest this year. And so with the act, this is not just about me or the ministry, and this is not just about say the person in a village and I no more get for Duam. This is not everybody in business. If we all produce, then there will not be need for the high importation bill we'll get as a government. Currently, as we know, we spend over $200 million just for import rice. And I'm sure UNASEL will be surprised when I see land like this. there with the left hand, not the cultivator, would they go for go import rice from abroad. That day, I believe, say, in the next couple of years, will be thing of the past, and we are determined as a government for change that one day.
So thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Minister.